Yo, what's good? Wow, very surprising news I just read on ESPN. This article by Raphael. Oh man, Gary Shaw and Jay Z, they already split 25 days into their union. You could say, well, what was said in the article, man. 25 days into the deal, Jay Z bought out. For those that don't know, Jay Z bought out Gary Shaw Productions, and I saw that as Jay Z trying to legitimize himself into boxing. I was like, wow, Jay Z's got juice. That was my reaction. Jay Z's got juice. He's trying to make moves in the sport. He's trying to be a real promoter, man. He's trying to separate himself from the likes of 50 Cent. You know, the people that they just want to get in the sport with their fame. They like 50 Cent has never made a move like Jay Z did with buying Gary Shaw Productions. But 25 days into their deal and they're already split up. Man, that is crazy. That is shocking news to me because as I said, I was like, wow, Jay-Z's got juice buying out Gary Shaw Production. He got all his fighters, and more importantly, he got the boxing knowledge from the Gary Shaw, who's been a promoter for a while, man. And he needed that to break into the sport like that. And now that they split up, I'm like, wow, I don't know how serious Jay Z is actually taking it. I don't know how serious Jay Z is about being successful in boxing because boxing isn't like any other sport. That's why he needed the insight of a Gary Shaw. And that's why I was excited when he bought Gary Shaw Productions and he made that show. I watched the whole thing and I was fully entertained by his halftime show, fabulous, everything. But now this leaves a really big gap in Rock Nation, at least within the boxing part of it, because now they're not as legitimate as they would be with the Gary Shaw, at least under the boxing people. To me, he needs to buy or to hire someone else with the same experience as a Gary Shaw. I mean, he can't buy out. Obviously, he can't. Maybe he can, but they're not gonna sell it. Oscar De La Hoya is not gonna go to Rock Nation. Bob Arum, not even a Don King. Imagine Don King going to Rock Nation. I don't see Don King taking orders from any man. But wow, this is very interesting, and I'm curious to see what's gonna follow this and how Jay Z and even Gary Shaw, because within the years he hasn't had that big of a stable and that many big fighters. I think his biggest fighter the last few years was Chad Dawson. So and Brian Jennings now, who has a shot against Klitschko. So I mean, Gary Shaw needed Jay Z as well. So that's why it was good for both parts. But now we'll see where this leads us to. Really, let's see if Jay Z could still make a name out of himself without a Gary Shaw, or maybe he split up. Maybe they split up because Jay Z has something else in mind that Gary Shaw didn't see. Jay Z's an entertainer. He's not a boxing promoter. So we'll see what's going on. What's gonna happen after this? Yeah. So peace.